and welcome to this webinar on Edmodo using the calendar. I see right now we've got 8 people in the room. Hopefully all 8 of you already have your Edmodo accounts set up. If you don't, you really need to go to kcsd.edmodo.com and create a free account there. What I'm going to show you today is the calendar, and the calendar can be found in the toolbar. And the calendar just in the last month has undergone a name change within Edmodo. It's now the planner. So if you select the planner, that will bring up the new calendar view, and it now defaults to a week view instead of a month view. There are some new features within the planner. First of all, you'll notice next to planner it now says everything. And if you hit the drop down, you can specify which group you want to look at. I'm going to leave that on everything. And what you'll see when you see show everything is you literally see everything that's on your calendar for every group that you belong to. You can also switch to a month view. So you can see I'm part of an ISTE group in Edmodo. They meet every Tuesday. It doesn't necessarily mean that that I meet with them, but it's in there. Here's the annual ISTE conference at the end of June. So we'll go back to the month view. The week view. You have the Today button, and you'll see the current week. Something else new in here, you've always been able to create events, so now they've split it out. You can create an event, and interestingly enough, if you hit new task, it takes you to the same window, just depends on which one's highlighted here. So let's say you wanted to create a new task, and we call this webinar evaluation, and we put that for tomorrow. And then you hit create, and you will see it appear on your calendar. Now notice the tasks do not get assigned to a particular group. With events, let's say you see somebody already put K-prep testing in there. Events, let's put field day. And we will select our day. We'll put that down for the 21st. You can also do a date range. So if it's more than one day, you can do a date range. And then you'll see send to. This is just like doing your posts. I'm going to send that to the Edmodo training group. You just basically start typing the name of your group or person that you want to send it to. And I just messed that up. So we'll do this again. Incidentally, don't hold down the shift button and hit backspace at the same time, which is apparently what I did, and it takes you completely out of the window. Let's see. Photo. And we'll hit create. And if we jump ahead to May 21st, you will see field day belongs to the Edmodo training group. All of that's on there. The Browns Rock Stars, that's one of the elementary teachers in the district that I've been assisting with Edmodo for a couple of years now. She puts all of her student birthdays in there. You can see it's attached to her group. We'll jump back to today. Not much going on this week in Edmodo for me. There is a More button here where you can now print your calendar and you can export your calendar. And when you export, you'll see what this does here. going to think. While that's thinking, you'll see the new coming soon box at the bottom. All of the upcoming events, you can click on those and see more information about them. Oh, I see what the delay was. I had to open my email because I forgot I had it shut down, so I didn't have alerts pop up during the webinar. What happens with export is it will actually open a calendar invite. As soon as that pops up, I'll go to it. But over here in the bottom left corner, you'll see there's new tasks. It says that you plan to complete in the future, and this is ones that you don't necessarily need to put a date on. So let's say you're going to do clean out my file cabinet, and you hit create. So now that just shows up in like a taskbar. When you're finished, you can just check on it, and it marks it complete. The little plus button up here by someday is all you have to click on to create one. And we'll come back. Here is the calendar. Don't know why that came up and made a whole new calendar for me. I'm going to turn that off. See if it showed up. No, it did not. That should have shown up on the calendar. Very interesting. Oh, I see what we exported the whole calendar, so created a whole new calendar called Calendar Sample and put everything in it and threw it right into Outlook. I was thinking it did one event, it did the whole calendar. If we jump to just Brown's Rockstars, you can narrow the group down and then export. Or you can do everything, and if you want to see what it does when it prints, it's going to take you to your printer window, so you won't be able to preview it, which is generally something nice to do. However, if you want to see what it looks like, I would recommend that you get the free Qt PDF writer. If you just Google search Qt PDF writer, there's a free download for it. What that does is it will, if you don't have a printer available, it's always a nice backup printer, and you can print to the Qt PDF writer, and it makes an Adobe document. So here's what it does. I'm going to save this. I'm going to put it on my desktop. We'll call it Edmodo Calendar. And generally, it will open this file up for you. Of course, today it won't. So we'll force it to open. And you get your calendar. If you need to, you can, what I should have done was printed that as landscape. We can do this again, print Qt PDF. This time we will force it to landscape. Because I really want you to see what this looks like. I'll just overwrite that file. And we already know it's not going to force open for us. Didn't give it enough time. Still didn't come out landscape. Well, there's a bug. But it will print out your calendar for you. Now, the other thing with calendars, we're going to go back to home, is if you give your students an assignment and you put a due date on it, so we'll call this sample assignment, reflect on webinar, and we'll put a due date for Friday, and we'll send this to Edmodo training. And you can schedule it, but I'm going to send it so that you can see what it does to your calendar. So go to the planner, and now on Friday you'll see there's a sample assignment due. So when you put assignments in for your students' calendars, those assignment due dates will automatically show up on their calendar. So that's how you can use your calendar in Edmodo. What I'm going to do now is see if there's any questions. If you have a question, you can type in the little question box at the bottom of your screen. If you'd like to get into the Edmodo training group, the code for that is B6ZZOU. What I'll do is, and you have to have an Edmodo account to get into this, I will post this into the chat box. If you'd like, if all you have to do is click on that. If you're logged into Edmodo, it'll take you right in and make you a member of the group. And basically, you can go in and see everything we've done in all the Edmodo trainings that I've ever done in this district. That group's been around a while. I will probably archive it and clean it out this summer. Speaking of which, since the school year is coming to an end, and this is the final Edmodo webinar, I'll give you all a tip. If you don't want to use the same groups next year, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and archive. We'll do this one because I've never used it. But in your, you click on the group and then go to the group settings. And then you can, down here it says archive the group. And so I've archived it, it disappears from my list. And then next year I can create a new group. Now next year I cannot use the name of that group. I have to come up with a different name or somehow change it. If I want to come back and use it, I can always go into the little folder here. It says archive groups and bring it back out. So you can see I have archived quite a few groups. And that's just a way to keep your groups over here cleaned up and kind of out of the way. So I'll go back and check to see if there's any questions. All right, I'm not seeing any questions. As always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to call, email. I'm always happy to help. So with no questions, I'll thank you for your attendance, and we'll see you next time.